Hey guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. This is part 2 of What If Deku Had a Dragon Slayer quirk. So we're starting off with he's just defeated Bakugo, and he's actually really praised for it. He's done dead well. Everyone's like, wow, this dude's pretty impressive. Because they thought Deku was powerful, but this dude is he's on another level. But there is some doubts because of Todoroki's power out-trumping him, even though they don't quite know yet, because the USJ festival hasn't happened yet. That'll happen hopefully in next episode, because today I'm going to get UA cleared over. But before I do that, I do want to ask you guys to like and subscribe. I'm at 275 or 274. I am 15 subscribers away from 300. Then I can do a 300 subscriber special. Hopefully I'll hit it on Friday, so for Saturday I can release a big long juicy video. And yeah, wish me luck basically, and thank you for all the support I've got so far. It's amazing. Anyway, let's get straight into this what if. So it first starts off with Deku. He got out of UA, everyone congratulated him. Then Ochaku asked about his power, and then he was like, oh, I don't quite know, but I've got the quirk called Dragon Slayer. And she was like, Dragon Slayer? That's a pretty menacing name. And I was like, yeah, I came up with it myself. It's because I followed the manifestations of, well, a dragon. Like, I can breathe fire, I can, well, something you don't know about me yet, but I can eat fire and it gives me more strength. And he's also like, oh yeah, I can also if I eat the fire, it means I have to be resistant to it. So he was like, well, basically I have these scales in my skin, you can't see them, but yeah, and they defend me from the fire. And then she was like, oh, that's really cool, so you're basically immune to fire. And he was like, yeah, immune, that's pretty nice. So anyway, they get into school the next day, and they get told they're off onto a school trip. This excites everybody, including Deku, and they're just all dead excited, and they're like, oh, a school trip, finally, something normal. So they get told that there'll be 3 teachers there, and I will be taking you there on the bus. So everybody get on. Ida's like, everyone get on single file, Of course, Bakugo goes mad at this, and he's like, damn 4 weakling. And then that's when that's when everyone picks on the class about A, him being explosive, B, him getting absolutely beat by Deku. Deku doesn't say it as his friend, but he just asks him to calm down, and then he does, even though he's getting picked on. And then Aizawa basically starts up, and he's like, everybody shut up, we're here. That is then when they all walk out single file because of Ida, and it is all greeted by 13. This is when 13 then puts up 3 fingers, and Deku realizes that there isn't 3 teachers there. It goes over everyone else's head because they get told that one of the teachers is late, but Deku realizes that the 3 finger thing must mean it's a warning. As for Momo and the other smart kids, they were all distracted by the arena where they were then, and where they were figuring things out to try and just figure out what they were doing for the training mission. So they kind of deduced it, but they still want to get like a introduction. So 13's like, welcome to USJ. Sorry, I forgot the note. I think it's Universal. Is somewhere. I forgot the name, what USJ meant, and searching it up mid-video will be really unprofessional. So just, if you know what it is, put it in the comments. I'm so sorry, guys. Anyway, so they're at the USJ, and then just as 13 finishes her speech, a black misty cloud that looks like a portal appears up in the sky. Sorry, not black, purple. So this is when amateur looking villains start dropping out, with a few more professional, calm-looking ones, and then a guy with grey, bluey hair and a hand over his face whilst he's scratching his rotting skin on his neck. This grosses out Deku, and everyone else is feared, including himself. That is when he realises that, oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, on the bus he was feeling sick the whole way there because of his Dragon Slayer quirk, but he still got something said because he was like trying to keep composed. Anyway, so that's when Shigaraki says, "We are here to kill the symbol of peace," and then he like has a temper tantrum like, "Where is he?" So that is when all the students get put into separate portals and separated away. Aizawa, of course, noticed this, and he goes to start to attack the villains after panicking, but he's quick on his feet. 13 does the same thing, going for the more powerhouse villains because she has a quirk that she can use to suck up all the more stronger villains. She goes for the portal villain to make sure the kids can't be taken away when they eventually get back to the centre, hoping they get back to the centre. This, of course, causes her to be sucked up. Some of the students that were left there that noticed this. So then we skip over to, which is now Deku, Tsuyu, and Mineta. But did Mineta get sent home? No, Mineta stayed. Yeah, Mineta stayed. So, yeah, they're with Mineta. So what Mineta does, he panics, and then that's when Midoriya, thinking fast on his feet. Well, no, he gets saved from the water from the sharks, and then they're all on the boat again. Midoriya, thinking fast on his feet, says, if I do a dragon breath, if someone could somehow produce fire, I could recharge afterwards. Even if I couldn't, if someone could do a dragon's breath, that would be pretty convenient. If someone could get me up into the air, I could do a dragon's breath, which hopefully would have enough force and evaporation to melt up the water. That's when Tsuyu then agrees, and they all prepare to be chucked up in the air. Mineta then decides, after the fire absorbs some of the water, creating a whirlwind, he then decides to throw his grape balls into the monsoon. This then sticks up all the villains like he would if he used a Detroit Smash. This, of course, leaves Deku a bit like hungry for fire. So what they actually do is they then meet up with Bakugo, who then shoots off explosion against one of the trees in the area, which then sets it on fire, enough for Deku to then eat the fire and get charged back up. This is when all four of the Kirishima, Bakugo, and Deku, all three of them go charging him. They realise that Aizawa has been knocked down, so they jump in. Deku goes first, breathing fire on the Nomu, sorry. This damages the Nomu because it doesn't have fire resistance. But when he goes to punch him, going Dragon Fist, he realises that only his fire did the damage, with his whole punching being absorbed and actually hurting him more. That's when he gets punched away, knocking him out straight away. Bakugo targets the teleport guy, knocking him to the ground, giving 13 enough time to recover herself, but she's still knocked out. As for Kirishima, he takes a blow from the Nomu again, knocking him out of the way, but not fully knocking him out. That's when Bakugo's like, "You damn Deku, you got knocked out so easy." So hearing this, he then steps up, slightly agitated, but also inspired by Bakugo still fighting, and decides to go back into the fight. This is when he targets all his power on the Nomu, going Dragon Breath, full power. Dragon's Breath full power. If you couldn't hear me then, I tried to do a funny voice on it, but it kind of just came across as like whisper shouting because I don't want to actually shout, which just didn't turn out well. So Dragon's Breath full power. This then scorches the Nomu by the sides, weaken it enough for then to then like basically distract the portal monster and distract Shigaraki enough for everybody who planned for Ida to escape to let him escape, because they're all distracted by Deku, Bakugo, and Kirishima all fighting together. This is because Bakugo inspires Kirishima and Bakugo wants to help Deku, so they're all working together, and they're actually fairing up a fight until Shigaraki starts walking up and they realise they have to get out of there because Shigaraki's pretty powerful. So what they do is they all start to get out of there and then Deku is now out of fire, so he starts to get out of there for his own safety because he realises that if he can't help, he's better off getting out of there because he's just going to cause damage for other people. That is when Aizawa then realises Deku is out of fire. So then he conducts a plan for Momo to create pieces of wood so that they can then start a fire, which they do by Momo also creating a lighter. This is because Aizawa has been taken out of the battle, but he's not fully as damaged as last time because they stepped in before they could get fully damaged, with them all working together now. And Deku, Mineta, and Tsuyu being quicker. So they all go over. Deku then eats the fire, getting charged up again. This is the second time. And that is when they fight enough for Ida to get away. And then for the next 3 minutes, they're just all trying to keep the students safe, with Bakugo, Deku, and Kirishima dodging Shigaraki, but still trying to get a few blows out on Momo and keeping the portal guy away. So this gives Ida enough time to go get All Might, who then comes back, and then Deku, of course, knows about All Might's weak form due to... Wait, does he in this? I don't know. I'm just gonna... Yeah. Deku then sees All Might's here, and then he starts to basically tell everybody to retreat. Kirishima listens to him whilst Bakugo continues fighting. That's when Bakugo nearly gets hit by Shigaraki, but Deku uses a fire leap to jump and grab him out of the way. Then All Might uses his leap to come, and then he basically clears up the rest of the mess, which leads Shigaraki and the rest of the villains to actually run away, with the Nomu being knocked out. But this time it didn't take 300 punches, but only took about a couple to get, like, basically knock him out due to the fire the fire damage he's taken from Deku, which leads it to an easier victory. All Might doesn't have to shrink off to his form, meaning that he doesn't lose all for one, meaning that he can be a little bit more powerfuler throughout the series, which I will use up before the United States fight, because I've got some plans for that one. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching. This has been part 2 of What If Deku Had a Dragon Slayer Quirk. Part 2 of Half and Half will hopefully be coming out tomorrow, and I want to thank you guys yet again for 274 subscribers. That is amazing, and I really hope that if you guys keep it up, we can hit 300 subscribers really soon, and that's pretty exciting. I am super excited. Anyway, yet again, just want to thank you guys. Hope you've had a nice day, and make sure to like and subscribe, and Goodbye.